walked in, my heels clicking against the marble floor. The morning sun streamed through floor-to-ceiling windows, illuminating the shocked faces of my family members, all seated around the table where they'd once mocked my ambitions. "This meeting will now come to order," I announced, taking the CEO's chair to my father's chair until exactly 1 hour ago. "This is ridiculous," my brother James snapped. "You can't just walk in here and dash." "Actually, I can." I opened my laptop, projecting acquisition documents onto the massive screen. Nova Enterprises now owns 67% of Hamilton Industries shares. Effective immediately. Nova. My father's face went pale. The tech conglomerate that's been buying up companies worldwide? My tech conglomerate, I corrected with a smile. The one I built while you all were busy telling me I'd never succeed. My phone buzzed more breaking news alerts. Nova Enterprises acquires Hamilton Industries. Mystery revealed. Elizabeth Hamilton takes control. Family empire changes hands in surprise takeover. Impossible, my sister Catherine whispered. You're just a... Just what? I raised an eyebrow. A disappointment? Failure? The daughter who lacked business sense? I pulled up more documents. While you were all dismissing me, I was building something bigger than Hamilton Industries could ever be. The screens filled with Nova's portfolio. Cutting-edge technology companies, revolutionary software platforms, global infrastructure projects. My family watched in horror as their corporate empire became just another subsidiary in my vastly larger organization. The acquisition papers are already filed, I continued, watching their faces. Your board positions have been terminated. Your executive privileges revoked. Welcome to Nova Enterprises, where you'll all be reporting to the daughter you said would never amount to anything. You can't do this to your own family, Dad protested. Family. I laughed softly. Like when you told the board I was too emotional for business. Or when James spread rumors about my instability to investors. That's not family, Dad. That's business. And I learned from the best you. More phones began buzzing as the business world processed the news. Stock alerts, market shifts, ownership changes, all reflecting the seismic shift in corporate power. Let me show you something. I pressed another button. The screens displayed a timeline. Every moment they doubted me matched with corresponding Nova acquisitions. Remember this day, James? I pointed to a date. When you told the board I couldn't handle real business. That same day, Nova acquired its first tech company. And here, when Catherine said I should stick to simple jobs. I was buying the software platform that would revolutionize global commerce. How did we not know? Catherine's voice shook. How did you build all this in secret? Because you never bothered to look. I pulled up more data. Every time you dismissed me, I grew stronger. Every time you mocked my ideas, I implemented them at Nova. Every family dinner where you questioned my worth, I was quietly buying another piece of your future. My phone lit up with a message from my actual COO. Phase 2 ready. Proceed. Yes, I typed back, then addressed the room. Now let's discuss your new positions within Nova. New positions? James straightened his tie. We're executives, We're executives, I corrected. James, you'll be heading our Alaska office, entry-level position of course. Catherine, your division is being dissolved. Dad. I smiled. You'll report to my VP of operations. She's 26 and absolutely brilliant. Everything you said I wasn't. The room erupted in protests. I held up my hand, silencing them with a gesture they'd seen our father use countless times. This isn't negotiable. Your contracts have already been updated. And before you consider legal action. I projected more documents. Nova owns the law firms you'd planned to contact. Along with your backup options. And your backups. You've thought of everything, Dad said quietly. I learned from you, remember? Always be 3 steps ahead. Though I don't think you meant for me to be 3 steps ahead of you. The screens switched to live footage of Hamilton Industries buildings worldwide. One by one, the Hamilton logo was being replaced with Nova's emblem. By end of day, I continued, Hamilton Industries will cease to exist as an independent entity. Your executive offices will be reassigned. Your corporate perks terminated. Your legacy, I paused for effect, will become a footnote in Nova's history. Why? Catherine asked. Why do this? Why? I stood walking to the window. Look at that skyline. Every major building, every tech hub, every innovation center, all Nova properties now. The daughter you mocked as a failure now owns the very ground you walk on. My phone buzzed again, media requests flooding in. Everyone wanted to know how the overlooked Hamilton daughter had built a tech empire in secret. Now, I returned to my seat. Shall we discuss the future of Hamilton Industries under Nova leadership? Or would you prefer to clean out your offices first? Security is waiting to escort you to the regular employee entrance. Your executive access has already been revoked. The silence was deafening. James stared at his transfer papers to Alaska. Catherine fought back tears. Dad seemed to have aged years in minutes. One more thing, I added as they stood to leave. The Hamilton name comes down from the building tonight. In case you'd like to watch from the street. Since you won't have access to the executive viewing lounge anymore. As they filed out, I heard James arguing with security about his parking spot, Catherine calling her soon-to-be dissolved team, Dad trying to access his now locked office. Sometimes the best revenge isn't just succeeding, it's succeeding so spectacularly that your doubters become your employees. And as I watched Nova's logo rise above the city, I couldn't help but smile. The daughter they'd underestimated now owned their world. The setting sun cast long shadows through Nova Tower as I prepared for the final phase of my decade-long plan. The city skyline, once dominated by Hamilton Industries logo, now glowed with Nova's emblem on every major building. Status report, I asked Sarah as we reviewed the day's transformations. Complete restructuring is underway, she began, pulling up detailed analytics. Hamilton Industries stock remains suspended. Global markets are still adjusting to Nova's revelation. Your net worth has increased by $89 billion since this morning's announcement. My screens displayed real-time footage from throughout the building. James finally accepting his transfer papers to Alaska. Catherine being escorted out with boxes of personal items. Dad still sitting in the lobby, looking decades older than he had this morning. And the family's personal assets? I inquired, though I already knew the answer. All tied to Hamilton Industries in some way, Sarah confirmed. Their homes are owned by Hamilton subsidiaries, now Nova Properties. Their investment portfolios were heavily weighted in Hamilton stock. Even their charitable foundations were funded through Hamilton corporate accounts. My phone buzzed with another desperate round of messages. Mom, please darling. We need to talk about the house. James, Alaska? In winter? This is cruel. Catherine, my team doesn't deserve this. Dad, everything I built, everything I taught you. I smiled at that last one, remembering his lessons. Business is war. Never show weakness. Control everything or control nothing. Well, Dad, I murmured, I learned those lessons better than you expected. The screens shifted to show Nova's true empire. Quantum computing centers revolutionizing global technology. AI systems reshaping entire industries. Innovation hubs developing tomorrow's breakthroughs. In Hamilton Industries now just a small subsidiary in my vast network. Ms. Hamilton, Sarah interrupted my thoughts, your family's lawyers are here. All 17 firms they contacted. Show me, I requested. The conference room feed appeared, showing a gathering of frustrated attorneys. I activated the room's intercom. Gentlemen, ladies, I assume you've realized your firms are all Nova subsidiaries now? Their faces fell as documents appeared on their screens, ownership records showing how I'd quietly acquired their practices over the years. But that's not why you're here, I continued. You're here to understand exactly how completely I've outmaneuvered the Hamilton family. Sarah, please show them Project Legacy. The screens filled with complex diagrams. Every Hamilton asset, every investment, every property, all flowing into Nova's structure through thousands of carefully planned acquisitions. As you can see, I explained, this wasn't a hostile takeover. It was an absorption so gradual, so precise, that by the time Hamilton Industries realized what was happening, they'd already been mine for years. One lawyer stood up. The family trusts are held by banks Nova acquired last year, I finished. The foundation assets, managed by Nova subsidiaries. The offshore accounts, routed through our financial networks. It's airtight, another lawyer whispered. She owns everything. Not quite everything, I corrected. Just everything that matters. My phone buzzed, a message from the board of Hamilton's oldest charity. Emergency meeting requested regarding foundation control. Ah yes, I smiled. Sarah, show them the foundation documents. New data appeared. Every Hamilton charitable foundation, every philanthropic project, every legacy initiative, all now under Nova's umbrella. You see, I continued, I didn't just take their business. I took their legacy, their history, their future. Everything they valued, everything they built, everything they thought was secure. It's all mine now. The lawyers began packing up their briefcases, recognizing a lost cause when they saw one. Oh, and before you leave, I added, your firm's integration into Nova's legal division begins tomorrow. Your new reporting structures have been sent to your Nova email accounts. As they filed out, I turned my attention back to the family drama unfolding throughout the building. Security feeds showed a new crisis. They'd finally discovered their home's ownership status. Sarah, I called, show me the mansion. The screens switched to live footage of my childhood home, the estate where they'd dismissed my potential for years. Moving trucks were already arriving. Your mother called 6 times about the house, Sarah noted. Send her the standard notice. All Hamilton Properties residences are being converted to Nova corporate housing. Current occupants have 30 days to vacate. Even the mansion? Especially the mansion. I smiled. I'm thinking it will make an excellent innovation campus. Imagine, the place where they mocked my dreams becoming the birthplace of Nova's next technological revolution. The screens showed more family chaos. Asterisk James discovering his executive pension was now worthless Nova stock. Asterisk Catherine learning her division's patents belonged to Nova. Asterisk Dad finally being escorted from the lobby by security. Ms. Hamilton, Sarah announced, Forbes is here for their cover story interview. Perfect. I stood watching Nova's logo illuminate the darkening sky. Let's show the world what happens when you underestimate the quiet one. The interviewer sat up while I monitored the final pieces of my takeover falling into place. Sometimes revenge isn't just about winning, it's about changing the entire game. And as Nova's innovations continued to reshape the world, the Hamilton family would forever remember the daughter they dismissed, the daughter who didn't just take their company, but redefined the very nature of corporate power.